Today in our theme meeting is another song and a little bit of a skit. There's going to be some actors reenacting it in just a moment. And you guys are way back there. Dryer back there? Anyway, the song is called The Ballad of Dr. Twitty, also known as The Newt Came Back. And it's about a California newt, which is a type of newt we have in California. And a newt is a type of salamander, very good. And a salamander is a type of amphibian, very good. Amphibian's a type of animal. You get the idea. So it's going to be about the California newt. And there was this guy, this real life doctor, scientist type guy named Dr. Twitty. And that's his real name. And Dr. Twitty studied this California newt. And he looked at where it lived in the creeks and stuff like that, where it reproduces. And then after it reproduces, it actually wanders off on land, like places like this.
We saw one.
And hangs out and hides out and gets food and all that, shelter. And then when it's time to reproduce again, goes back during the breeding season, goes back to almost the exact same spot to where it was born and to where it's bred in the past. And he wanted to find out, how did it do this? Okay, kind of like the monarchs that you might see a few of still tomorrow at Natural Bridges. Okay, how do they go back to where they were born or where their ancestors were from? So he wanted to find out. So he did some experiments, and some of the experiments are a little bit gross and a little bit gruesome and a little bit cruel sounding. This is kind of a long time ago too. It was like 1950s and 60s, and so he did things with their different body parts to mark them, like you would maybe cut off like a finger, a certain amount of a certain finger to say, that's newt number 11. It's missing its, right finger or whatever. So he would do that, and he would also play with their different senses to find out what sense or senses it was using to get back. And we're going to recreate that in the song and the little acting thing. But let me teach you the song, the chorus first. The chorus goes like this. First, it's got a cool groove. Ready? First line goes like this. But the newt came back the very next day. Try that. The newt came back the very next day. Okay, next line. The newt came back. He thought it was a goner. Try that. The newt came back. He thought it was a goner. Excuse me. Third line.
Wow.
The newt. This one's a little longer. The newt came back. It just wouldn't stay away. Hey, hey, hey.
The newt came back.
Ready? The newt came back. It just wouldn't stay away. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, let's try the chorus all together, and then we'll get the story going, I think. Ready? Here we go. Newt came back the very next day. The newt came back. He thought it was a goner, and the newt came back. It just wouldn't stay away. Hey, hey, hey. We got some actors ready yet?
Yeah.
Here they come. Old Dr. Twitty had a problem all his own. He had a California newt that always found its way home. He stuck it in a bucket and he took it for a ride. He took it up the hill, left it on the other side. But the newt came back the very next day. Help me out! The newt came back. He thought it was a goner, and the newt came back. It just wouldn't stay away. Hey, hey, hey. Then Dr. Twitty said,
how will I know that this is the same newt that I let go? I'll clip off a couple of toes and take it away again, but instead of just 5 miles, I'll make it 10.
But the newt came back the very next day. The newt came back. Thought it was a goner, and the newt came back.
You have no
It
toes.
just wouldn't stay away. Hey, hey, hey.
Take it. Take it.
How did this newt attain its destination? Perhaps it was using celestial navigation to see if it found its way by staring at the skies. He took it away again, but this time without its eyes. But
Now he's gone.
came back.
Can't find his way back.
The very next
No
day,
way.
the newt
There's no
came
eyes.
back. I found it was a goner, and the newt came back. It just wouldn't stay away. Then Dr. Twitty said,
Well, well, well. Perhaps it finds its way with its sense of smell. I've taken out its eyes and I've clipped off a couple of toes, but I bet it never finds its way back without its little nose.
but the newt came back the very next day. The newt came
It's
back.
never come back.
Found it
Never.
was a goner, and the newt came back. Just wouldn't stay away. Hey, probably thinking Twitty was some kind of jerk.
I'm not.
But he really learned a lot from his scientific work.
It's true.
He was quite a famous scientist with quite a brilliant mind. And let me tell you, people, what exactly he did find. He found that the newt came back the very next day. The newt came back. He thought it was a goner, and the newt came back. It just wouldn't stay.
Cross the ocean. All you need to do is cross an ocean.
One more time
Yes,
with
clear.
Christmas. Ready?